Yo, what's going on, guys? Got another trade recap for you. You know, the same old, same old. Today, took a W on the NASDAQ. I took this on my pretty much blown, but not so almost blown, funded 100K account. Not gonna lie, we're getting back up there. That's what, 4%, 2 days. Pretty much full porting it, but you know what? That's what you got to do. And sticking to the 5 minute, that's what I've been doing. It's helped me tremendously. I've gone 3-1 this week. Obviously, I'm in profit, and my trading has just exponentially grown this past week from sticking onto the 5 minute and being more patient. But let's go over my daily bias and how I took this trade. As you can see here on the NQ, we have London highs, and we also have these hourly highs up here. Get rid of this. So initially, market opened, kind of an equilibrium of this range that we had going on here. Saw these sell side lows I wanted to see taken out, but my main target today was these London highs. And in pre-market, we came up pretty close. I was like, bet we almost have equal highs here. I would like to see that get hit. And we also created this SMT here in pre-market. So I was leaning towards buying, but we had the SMT there, which I thought was just put in place to maybe take out these sell side lows to continue higher, which is what we did. We took out these sell side lows, but there's this 5 minute fair value gap here holding up price after sweeping up all this, creating that SMT. This 5 minute gap was holding very strong, and I was like, okay, I see what we might want to do here. And we also had a bunch of lows over here. We had these lows here, and then also these high time frame lows, and then this big order block. So after I seen the 5 minute respecting bearish order flow, I was waiting for us to get out of this 5 minute little chop on the 5 minute here, leading up to the macro. And then we get that. We get an internal manipulation coming back into this 5 minute fair value gap. Create a fair value gap here. We break structure, inverse this 1 minute fair value gap. And then with this break of structure, we create another fair value gap. Initially, I wanted to see price come up into this fair value gap and then deliver. We didn't get that. So what I do, I entered off of this candle after we got a bearish close on this fair value gap, and put my stops above this one, above it, and a little extra protection. And overall, I was just targeting these lows down here for a nice pretty much 1 to 2. And what did price do? We chopped in this fair value gap a little bit of drawdown. There was news at 9, and I was a little bit worried about it, but it was orange folder, so it wasn't very high impact. So I was open to taking the trade before news, and I did that. And I was hoping news would bring more volatility into the market, which obviously it did. And we get that news candle, come up, fill up the fair value gap, and then we just deliver off of that. Going down, hitting both my TPs, and we are continuing lower, and I held some runners. Like 2 sets of runners, so I only had 2 TPs, so I took off like half my position off of both of these. And then I also took off another quarter of my position once we hit these lows on the S&P 500, just in case we wanted to SMT them. These lows here, I took off half once we hit that, and I have my last initial runners where I take my profit off of on these lows here. And that's pretty much my trade that I took today. And everything I did was correct. I was a little hesitant on my entry just because I wanted to see us come up into this fair value gap. I was a little bit hesitant, but I still ended up taking it, and thank God I did. Thank God that he told me to take this trade here. The markets were pretty choppy before this. We didn't have much volume. Coming into the weekend, I was expecting price not to be super volatile, so I just wanted to see a little quick one right here off of news after we got some more volatility. And that's exactly what happened. I'm just holding on to this trade to see what we can do, but overall, very good trade. I liked it. Perfectly in line with my strategy, you know, off of an initial sweep of liquidity, SMT, and we're respecting this 5-minute fair value gap. Some of you guys will say that this wasn't a 5-minute trade. I think it was a 5-minute trade because this is my strategy. We came up, swept liquidity, put it in an SMT, created a 5-minute fair value gap after disrespecting this 5-minute fair value gap, coming up into the 5-minute fair value gap and getting bearish legs off of it. And I didn't take a trade off the bearish legs off of the 5-minute close. I scaled down to the 1 minute until after we were done chopping, and I took it off of that. So yes, it was a 5-minute trade. The 5-minute helped me stay patient and not get caught up in the chop like I have been recently. We're about to come down and take out my last little runners position. I'll show you my position in this. So boom, I still have like $400 in this position. My stops are at break even. You can see I closed all my positions on this candle here. Not all, but I closed 3 of them just because I hit that first TP, that second TP, and then also in the S&P hit that low. And we're holding on to the rest of it until we hit those lows, and then I'm catching this W, securing the bag. Already kind of did. I'm happy with the trade. I'll show you the P&L. Today in P&L, 1.3%. So yeah, good trade in my opinion. But to better my win rate, or to better my risk to reward, I need to hold on to my positions longer if I believe in them. Like, this would have been a good position to hold on to, not just because I'm saying in hindsight and then we see that in hindsight, but just based off of price action the past couple days, or even yesterday in general. The big sell-off we had coming into market open, just the bearish price action we've been having these past couple days. I could have held on to this position longer. I could have had more confidence in it. But me, I'm just trying to secure a nice, easy W. But to secure a better RR, I have to hold on to the trades longer. And that's what I can work on within this trade. I could have held on to at least equilibrium of this order block, or could have gone down to the 15-minute, found an order block within there for a value gap where I could have taken my partials off of first instead of right here. Could have pretty much cut me out of more profits, but I'm not mad about it. It's just something I can work on within my trading. It's holding on to trades a little bit longer without risking the win rate and having more confidence in the trade that I'm taking and not being so hesitant on it with taking profits. Because you will go broke taking profits no matter what people say, because if you keep taking profits early and it's a good trade and you could hold on to them for longer and then you end up taking a bad trade, that just wipes out everything and your RR is bad and your risk is bad. So I just gotta look to hold on to trades longer, especially if the markets have been moving nicely. They've been moving nicely this past week for me, honestly. I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful that I'm able to catch them. I'm going to continue next week. It's a heavy news week. I believe we have PPI and a bunch of other things. I know we have FOMC. I don't know if we have FOMC. I know we have something big happening next week. I'll have to look. So I probably won't be trading as much next week. Take a couple days off. But if I do trade, not trading during news and sticking onto the higher time frame, because it's going to be super volatile. And sticking on that 1 minute will get me wicked out of pretty much every position I'm in. So looks like we're most likely going to hit these lows. And no matter what, it's a good trade. I'm happy with it. Even if we would have lost this trade, it was still a decent trade, and I'm happy with the way I executed it. And I'm going to keep executing like this. Yeah. Hope you guys learned something. Whoever even fucking watches these videos. But yeah. See y'all on the next one. Peace out.